Didn't really describe the physicality of elves, did I? Typically, they stand as tall as a human with bright eyes. I don't know why I'm saying bright eyes, but I am, so deal with it. They stand as tall as humans with bright eyes. Hair the colors of vegetation. And a slender physique. Typically, they stand as tall as humans, with bright eyes, hair the colors of vegetation. Color of vegetation? And a slender physique. I mean, it sounds fine. Sounds reasonable enough. Okay, half-elves. I didn't mention... Well, in this system, apparently elves can't grow facial hair. Interestingly enough. If I could actually, like, paint or draw or something, I'd be able to... It would be way simpler to have an artist's rendition alongside the small description, because there are various details like the size of the ears and whether they can or cannot grow facial hair and all of that stuff that I'm kind of neglecting, but I can always revisit these descriptions and include more details. Also the number of years that they will live, etc., etc. I think to a large extent I'm trusting that players will have some vision in their own mind of exactly how their character will look depending on the race they pick. Which I probably shouldn't make that kind of assumption to have the most complete manuscript possible. So I'll give that some more thought throughout the development process. Okay. Descendant from Humans and elves. I'm sure it's elves. Is that not right? What? Plural for... Oh, that's what it means. Whoops. Hey, crazy Ivanak. Welcome to the stream, bro. Fuck, I literally misspell like every single word. Inherit.
Toasty!
Holy shit! Good God, I almost died. Come on, Google Mail. You're cramping my style. Okay, I have no idea who followed. Just let me see if Google Mail will cooperate. Nope, no idea. Throw me a message in chat if you just followed. I really appreciate that, and I shall thank you personally as soon as the toasty is definitely real. I shall thank you personally, friend, as soon as I know who you are. Oh, crazy Ivanak, thanks, bro. I really appreciate the support. That is absolutely tremendous. I hope you enjoy the remainder of the stream. I'm going to put in 110%, and hopefully we're going to have a great time here today and produce something wonderful. Many of the characteristics of both. How many times can you say the word human and elves in one sentence? It's getting silly. Descendant from humans and elves, half-elves inherit many of the characteristics of both humans and elves because they're human-elf hybrids called half-elves. It's just too much. Appreciate that support, bro. Appreciate it well and truly. Thanks again. Okay, I can rephrase this. Inherit many of the characteristics of both their parent races. You see what I did there? You see what I'm doing? Stocky? What the hell does that mean? Stocky. Define. Stoky. Oh, stocky. I see. Broad, and that's more like it, yes. With a more stocky, what a word, build than the elven. Oh, fuck, I'm just saying elf too much. I could just say do I even need to go into such detail? Probably do. Probably need to bulk this out a bit more than a single sentence. No, not typically, because that implies deviance from the trend. Deviations. Deviance. I'm sure deviance is like not the right term there. Something to do with trickery and deception. That's a good idea. I should probably just put down the first thing I'm thinking of and then return to it later. That's a good point. Yeah, yeah, I'm tripping over myself a lot of the time. With a stockier, st with a more stocky build than their elven brethren. They integrate well into most human societies. Adopting local customs and traditions, attire. Descended from humans and elves, half-elves inherit many of the characteristics of both their parent races. With a more stocky build than their elven brethren, they integrate well into most human. That sounds like because they have a more stocky build, they integrate. That's not the sole reason that they integrate so well. Oh, Jesus. With a more stocky build. Well, I suppose they integrate better because of their more predominant human characteristics. So it's probably harder for people to get scared of them or whatever, because they're less different. I do think robust sounds better than stocky. Sturdy in construction, strong, rich in flavor or smell. I don't know, robust. Yeah, robust, we could do that. Okay, I guess that it kind of does make sense the more I think about it, because presumably if you put human clothes on an elf, they would be like several sizes too large, and that in itself is going to be a barrier preventing them from integrating into a society. Because it's like, I need my elf-sized outfit, you know. I can't wear this human stuff, but a half elf is just, it's fine. It's fine. Just throw on anything, just whatever you've got. It's all good. Halflings, okay. Halflings stand about 4 feet tall and weigh about 80 pounds. They resemble small humans and are proportioned like human adults. Halflings have the same range of complexions as humans, but most halflings have dark hair and eyes. Halfling males don't have beards, but many have long, full sideburns. Halflings of both genders often wear complicated hairstyles. Really? Featuring complex braiding and weaving. Okay. Halflings typically dress in clothes that match their surroundings and prefer earth tones and various shades of green. Their clothing and gear features woven textures and stitching. Birds, river patterns, boats, and fish are common images in halfling art and decoration. Halflings have lifespans comparable to humans. Interesting. Really? 4 feet tall? I think gnomes are smaller than 4 feet tall. I could be wrong. I did play a troll. Those are like really tall, so maybe my perception was skewed. Okay, again, descended, sorry, from humans and dwarfs? Is that the implication? Or are they actually sort of a race? Well, I mean, this race has to have emerged from somewhere. The birds and the bees and all that. What a predicament. You see, the way that I would have explained a halfling is that it's descendant from humans and gnomes, or humans and dwarfs. It's a completely new system, so I'm not restricting it to, you know, be exactly the same as D&D in any way. Well, the way that I'm kind of imagining it is that there were humans, and then there were humans that went to nature, and over thousands of years became elves. There were humans that went deep underground, and over thousands of years became dwarfs. There were I have no idea how I would explain gnomes, but I still imagine that they all descended from humans. They're kind of like branches of the human race that became radically different over many, many generations. And then those races interbred and created the new races of the half-elves, the halflings, and half-orcs and stuff, if we ultimately include orcs here, etc. Because they're all humanoid, they're all extremely similar. The only thing that really varies is the size, and that would probably have been largely due to environmental influences, with certain evolutionary advantages causing more of a certain type of mutation to thrive in that environment, and then the other to decline, and slowly shaping the race over vast quantities of time. All of this, I mean, I am not good at this stuff. Like I said before, I can deal with rules and a bit of maths, but I mean, this kind of thing is fantasy writing, and it's not my specialty. I mean, that's maybe they were cursed. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's a pretty entertaining idea, House. But no, I imagine it like if humans lived underground, then being big would not be advantageous when maneuvering through lots of small passageways, and mining and uncovering gems, and constantly just working without sunlight, and perhaps slightly less nourishment that can be sourced down there and things. And gradually, people are going to get smaller and smaller to survive within that type of environment. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure how to explain the gnomes. At this stage, they're not technically included yet, so I'm still good. I'm still good. Um, okay. Wandering the wilds, halflings. Yeah, yeah. Instead of like vegetating in front of screens and becoming super fat, they were working super hard in low light, malnourished, cramped conditions, and became small, hardy creatures that perhaps don't need all that much sustenance. I, it's definitely a possibility, Ivnuk, but I've not even considered deities yet. So, I just I don't know yet. We're gonna have to give it some thought. Just for simplicity, I'm gonna say half the height of humans. Yeah, that's definitely possible. That some kind of ritual may have been performed to bring them into being. They stand about about half the height of humans, but exhibit an identical build. I'm gonna include the sideburns thing. I just think that's cool. Halfling males do not grow beards, unlike dwarfs, but they commonly wear full sideburns. Do proudly thick and full sideburns. Oh. Definitely could have been some complications that the wizard encountered, and he wound up creating tiny people who then murdered him and left and became erased. Often braid? Is that a thing? Braid braid and style their hair in intricate and beautiful ways. And typically where... Oh, that's definitely a good idea, Ivanuk. That's actually quite a lot of description there for the halfling. Maybe I can condense it slightly. Wandering the wilds, halflings are adventurous individuals who rarely settle long in one location. They stand about half the height of humans, but exhibit an identical build. Halfling males do not grow beards unlike dwarfs, but they do proudly wear thick and full sideburns. Often they will braid and style their dark hair in intricate and beautiful ways, and typically... It just sounds wrong. Okay, I'm gonna scratch the bit about the clothing. That's fine. I'm fine with that. It's a good enough description there. Humans are humans, so I am one of those, as far as I can tell. So we shouldn't have too much difficulty. Humans come in a wide variety of heights, weights, and colors. Some humans have black or dark brown skin, others are as pale as snow, and they cover the whole range of tans and browns in between. Their hair is black, brown, or a range of blondes and reds. Their eyes are most often brown, blue, or hazel. Human attire varies wildly depending on the environment and society in which they live. Their clothing can be simple, ostentatious, or anything in between. It's not unusual for several distinct human cultures to live side by side in a particular area and mingle, so human armor, weaponry, and other items incorporate a variety of design motifs. Human average lifespans humans' average lifespans of about 75 years, though some venerable members of the race live as long as 90 or more years. Code Sparrow? What's up, bro? Welcome to the stream. I'm not actually copying anything. I'm like taking a lot of inspiration from D&D, from Stars Without Numbers, and from Dungeon World. The setting and the mechanics of the system are heavily modified to the point where they don't resemble any of those original systems. That would simply be plagiarism, and I would not ever indulge in such a thing. It would not be satisfying to me in any way at all. I have, of course, lifted some of the typical fantasy races from D&D, as it's quite hard to deviate from these, and people are probably going to want to see them in the game instead of a whole bunch of new races which might simply confuse players. But the descriptions which I've created here for each race are unique to this system, except for the sideburns thing, etc. Okay, I have no idea what that is, dude. Often dwelling within the relative safety of their settlements. Humans exhibit a wide range of characteristics with varying eye, skin, and hair tones and colors. Okay, tones. What is that from, Code Sparrow? Or is that something from your own mind? It definitely sounds very flashy, but in my system they aren't nomadic, and they aren't wanderers, and typically they aren't tradesmen or peddlers, and meeting a human is definitely not rare. It would be the most common of the races. Definitely sounds very nice though. Okay. Well, I think that's fine. I don't think you can actually have eye tones. Pretty sure you have eye colors. Let's just put the word colors to be safe. Oh boy, house. That doesn't sound good. Okay, maybe I can throw another sentence on there quickly. Often dwelling within the relative safety of their settlements, humans exhibit a wide range of characteristics with varying eye, skin, and hair colors, along with good one, Cold Sparrow. I mean Code Sparrow, not Cold Sparrow. Apologies there, Code Sparrow. Okay, that's fine for now. That's fine. Classes, I'm probably going to be able to speak a little bit more easily about because it's going to refer to the mechanics to a certain extent. And that should flow a lot more nicely. eager to fight on the front line. The warrior never shies away from a battle. Serving as a devastating combatant, wielding enormous two-handed weapons. Or as a protector with a sturdy shield. It's been a hell of a long time since I used Firefox, but I've had no problems at all since switching to Chrome. What is going on? There we go. A devious trickster who skulks, what a great term, in the shadows. A rogue. The rogue relies on stealth and the element of surprise. Heavily throw that in there. Dual wielding daggers and other small blades. The rogue serves as a powerful melee damage dealer with the well, I don't necessarily want to say melee specifically because they do use shurikens. Especially when they have poisons at their disposal. Okay, House. I hope that switch resolves your issues, sir. The Hunter. Looming in the undergrowth. The Hunter is a crack shot. The Hunter possesses a sharp eye and a sharp eye. What the fuck is a sharp eye? Okay, and a steady hand. Bow hand? Is that is that English? Looming in the undergrowth, the hunter possesses a sharp eye and a steady bow hand. Okay, I'm gonna change that. Stalking through thick wilderness. The hunter possesses a sharp eye, a keen eye maybe, and a steady bow hand. With powerful ranged attacks, they excel at dealing damage from afar. I think I like keen. I think keen is pretty keen. Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. With powerful ranged attack, they excel at dealing damage from afar, remaining at a safe distance from the Stalking through thick wilderness, the hunter possesses a keen eye and a steady bow hand. With powerful ranged attacks, they excel at dealing damage from afar, whilst remaining a safe distance from the front line of battle. That's reasonable. Swamp Lord, welcome back, bro. How's it going? Do you want me to explain briefly the genre itself of tabletop role-playing games? Or do you want me to explain the concept behind this specific system? Oh, I see. Well, the general concept of a tabletop RPG is it's kind of like a collective storytelling experience. Um, so if you're just imagining, let's say you're sat in a basement and it's you and a couple of nerdy guys, and you're all thinking about how epic it would be to slay dragons with magic and swords and bows and whatever else it might be. Eventually, you're going to want some kind of rules in place to facilitate the creation of that story together. And so from this sort of sitting around imagining epic fantasy tales, rules came into being which used dice to essentially add some chaos and allow for multiple branching paths, etc., and a certain element of risk on behalf of the players. So you're essentially imagining an adventure where the outcome is determined by dice rolls. People around a table playing make-believe. That's pretty much it. I highly recommend watching Acquisitions Incorporated, the campaign, if you ever want to see some absolutely hilarious and highly entertaining tabletop action. Nice. I had a feeling you might have seen something around of this sort. It's definitely become. Well, perhaps there's been kind of a resurgence, what with all of these campaigns taking place on Twitch now. Wielding vast tomes of arcane knowledge, wizards conjure a wide array of magical effects to hinder their foes and air their allies. That doesn't sound right. Aid their allies. With an insatiable, however you spell that, hunger for knowledge. The wizard, they are not physically gifted, but possess great or even unmatched intelligence. What did I do wrong? Some systems, yes, some systems do include cards. I believe that D&D has some cards, but it's not, of course, necessary. It's more of a convenience, I think. Though I've never heard of Savage Worlds, so perhaps it's different in that system. Yeah, change that to appetite. Okay, simple enough. And cleric. Uses playing cards in combat rounds, so obviously they're quite crucial in that system. Blessed with divine powers. The cleric has devoted their life. Oh, hold on. Devoting their life to religious service, the cleric has been blessed with the gift of divine power. Smiting their foes and healing their allies. They serve. No, they are a crucial. I'm pretty sure I already said that in the warrior thing. No. Vital asset. They are crucial for many parties of explorers. Okay, wielding divine symbols as they do, they smite their foes and heal their allies. Making them a crucial member for most parties of explorers. Hearthstone is just, it's far too RNG heavy for my tastes. Oh, the Bard. I can't forget the Bard. Well, you can because I did, but okay. Entertaining and inspiring the masses. Bards are the most talented and eccentric performers. Raising the morale of their party. Oh, the right bard in the right party can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes. Entertaining and inspiring the masses, bards are the most talented and eccentric performers. Raising the morale of their party, the right song or melody may drastically alter the outcome of a battle or other such challenge, making the bard, making them even a critical component in an band of adventurers. Beautiful. Okay, let's recap. Classes. Warrior. Eager to fight on the front line, the warrior never shies away from battle, serving as a devastating combatant wielding enormous two-handed weapons. It's getting like action movie style now. Or as a protector clutching a sturdy shield, the warrior is a vital asset of any group of adventurers. For any group of adventurers, sorry. Coming to a cinema near you this spring, warriors with shields. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. Rogues. A devious trickster who skulks in the shadows. The rogue relies heavily on stealth and the element of surprise. Dual-wielding daggers, shurikens, and... You don't dual-wield shurikens. I'm just gonna stop you there and say that you definitely don't tend to often, very frequently, dual-wield shurikens. Dual-wielding daggers and other small blades. The rogue serves as a powerful damage dealer, especially when they have poisons at their disposal. Hunter. Stalking through the thick wilderness, the hunter possesses a keen eye and a steady bow hand. With powerful ranged attacks, they excel at damage dealing from afar. I'm changing this as I read it. I'm sorry. Whilst remaining a safe distance from the front line of battle. Wizards. 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 Oh god, the voice acting is coming on strong today. Wielding vast tomes of arcane knowledge, wizards conjure of it. I'm becoming like Snake or something now. What is this voice? Solid Snake. Vast tomes of arcane knowledge, wizards conjure a wide... I can't do it, guys. Array of magical effects to hinder their foes and aid their allies. With an insatiable appetite for knowledge, they are not physically gifted, but possess unmatched intelligence. Clerics. Devoting their life to religious service, the cleric... What? What? This makes no sense here. The cleric has been blessed with the gift of divine power. Divine power. Wielding divine symbols, they smote? That would be the past tense. They smite their foes and heal their allies, making them a crucial member for any party of explorers. Bards. Entertaining and inspiring the masses, bards are the most talented and eccentric performers, raising the morale of their party. The right song or melody may drastically alter the outcome of a battle or other such challenge, making them a critical component in a band of adventurers. I can't do a Shredder voice, I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. Adventurers. Not evil enough. Okay, we'll get there. As soon as I'm actually DMing a campaign, we'll get some crazy voices, I'm sure. Okay, attributes. We're going to talk about attributes. How long have we been streaming? 2 hours and 20 minutes, bros. Let's just calm down for a minute and take a break before I die in this chair. I'm going to just stretch out, take a breather, you know, all that good stuff. Really appreciate the support here today, bros. Chat has been blowing up. It's very entertaining. So thanks for joining me. And, of course, thanks to Ivanuk, I believe, for the follow. Gonna just double check that because I did. No. Yes, Crazy Ivanuk. Thank you so much for the follow, bro. Highly appreciate that support. That is absolutely tremendous of you. I'll be back after this quick 20-minute break, bros. And I shall see you then to continue this epic fantasy development. Peace out, bros.